Hey guys, Davis here, playing some Lord of the Rings Online. Sorry it's taking me so long to get this video out. I meant to do it last week, but I got busy doing Warp Zone stuff and shooting stuff for the game station. So, anywho, here I am, and today we're going to be talking about the combat, the skill systems, and the questing in Lord of the Rings Online. So let's get to it. So the combat in this game is pretty standard. You have your skill bar and your moves use up power, which is the blue bar right below your health. There's nothing that crazy about it. It does actually feel pretty slow. There's like a noticeable delay between when you push a button and the skill actually going off. And I'm not sure that's because the game just takes a second or two to process your commands, or if it's the animations or whatever, but it definitely does not feel smooth. In games like World of Warcraft and Rift, there's a certain rhythm to combat. I sort of liken it to like playing the piano. You know, you hit keys in sequence and it sort of magically happens. But this game, it's not a very nice rhythm. It's a little clunky. So the skill system in this game is also pretty standard. Every level or so you get new skills. You go to a trainer and you purchase them. The one thing I did like, though, is how many skills they gave you early on. By level 5, I already had 5 different skills, and they're all very unique. Like I had the backstab type opener, I had a bleed attack, I had an overpower type move that would proc whenever I got a crit. I could use it. I had an attack that slowed down the enemy attack speed, and then I had just a regular big damage move. And I thought this was really cool because it lets you like build a DPS rotation of sorts like early in the game. And that just helped spice up what is otherwise pretty bland, kind of slow combat. And there wasn't any talent trees that I could find, though I didn't get all that far in the game because every time I logged out, the effing game would delete my character. So I had to essentially play through the first 4-hour chunk 3 times with different characters. The game does have a trait system where you unlock different traits by completing deeds, which are like achievements in game in areas, killing a certain amount of enemies, doing different tasks, and you can equip these traits and they will grant your character additional bonuses and abilities. Unfortunately, again, I never got to experience this part of the game because I never got far enough. I had to keep starting over new characters, but definitely is a cool feature that I would have liked to experience. So the questing is one area of Lord of the Rings Online that I was actually very impressed by. They have the usual kind of just quests where you go fetch things or kill X amount of monsters, that sort of general MMO kind of quest. But they also had these things called epic quests, which were like the running story arcs for each area, and they all ramped up and ended with kind of a cool finale. And this to me really worked and actually had me reading all of the quest text and getting into the story. I know other MMOs have story arcs, but I never didn't have an epic quest active, so it always felt like I was in it, in the back of my mind, I was always in the middle of the story, and that really helped me keep like a vested interest in it. And I'm hoping that the tour, the Old Republic, since it's going to be very story driven, will function like this, so that I'm always feeling like I'm pushing the story along. We'll see. Anywho, so that's a look at the combat skills and questing systems in Lord of the Rings Online. I can't do a PvP video because to do PvP, I'd have to pay for it, and I don't want to do that. And it's not even player versus player; it's like player versus players. It's a weird thing. So the next video I do will be a review of Lord of the Rings of the game, and that will go up on Friday because Thursday is my new show. So I will see you guys then. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at Team Davis or Warp Zone Tweets, and I will see you guys later.